Hello there. Been a little while since I've done a video sitting down and talking to you guys on YouTube, so I thought I'd take the time today to do that and just give you a little insight into what sort of things we've got coming up over the next year. Now, as with obviously everyone at the moment, we haven't been able to do an awful lot. We've not been able to go out since about October, I think was the last time myself, James and Sophie went out anywhere. So what we have got planned will depend on when restrictions are lifted in regards to lockdown and when we are actually able to get back out again. I'm hoping it will be April time, fingers crossed we might be able to do something, but it is a waiting game, we'll just have to wait and see. We've still got a few more episodes of Series 6 to come out, and I just wanted to say I'm really pleased with the response from that. Most of you guys seem to have enjoyed watching those. We caught some really interesting stuff in this series, and went to some fantastic places as well, some of which we may return to in the future. But yeah, just really nice to hear that you guys have been enjoying it, and we certainly had a brilliant time filming them. I mean, some of those episodes were going back, we actually filmed like 2 years ago, so we've finally got round to putting them out. And when I say, like, we don't actually release episodes in order, and the reason for that is, it's something I've been asked before. The reason we don't film and release in order is, say we get like a period of like 3 episodes in a row where we literally have nothing happen. If we put those out in order, there'd be 3 episodes where nothing happens. So we like to, like, you know, change it up a little bit, get a nice pacing for episode where you maybe get lows and then maybe a bit quieter on the next episode, and not just that, like, range of locations. You don't want like 5 churchyards back to back, so we try and change it up a little bit. That's why we don't film episodes in any particular order. And we have sort of done a little bit of work on our next series, which will be our 7th series. I mean, my initial plan last year was that I wanted to basically film a new episode every month, but obviously that's not been possible. We missed out on January, we're now getting through February. I can't see it happening in March, which, like I say, what I said earlier, with hopefully April we'll be able to do stuff. But yeah, I mean, that will be the same format as the last series was, with sort of a historical background on a location in regards to the general history of hauntings, a little explore of it, and then a nighttime investigation. That format seems to work well. People seem to enjoy that format. There's nothing too jarring about it. So we're going to keep that for the next series, definitely. But yeah, we got some interesting places lined up for it. Just off the top of my head, we're hoping to go back to Dover to investigate the Dover forts again. We went there about 2 years ago for an episode of we went there in the intent of filming a full episode there, but we couldn't actually find the entrance to the particular fort we wanted to go to, so we ended up doing that as a Ghost Stops episode. We've also got Baconsthorpe Castle we aim to investigate, St Benet's Abbey, and the one I really want to go to is we're looking at an abandoned asylum. We've managed to find a few over here in the UK that are potentially accessible. I just thought that'd be something really different. Quite an odd experience, I'd imagine, as well, exploring a place, and obviously places like that I'm sure would have some kind of residue left over from the things that occurred in there. Still planning rest of this year to continue with Ghost Stops. For those of you who don't know, Ghost Stops is a mini-series we started about 2 years ago. The idea being almost a scout series, in which myself and James and Sophie's appeared in a few of them. We've also had a few other guests. The idea being that we'd visit places that we've heard minor stories about, or anywhere we think that may be worth having a check out of. And we go there and investigate. And basically it's just a scout out to see if these places are worth, you know, putting more work into. You know, they're just like a baseline investigation. A lot of the time as well with our full-length episodes, the investigation portion is, I wouldn't say heavily edited, but there is things such as voiceovers and whatnot in there as well. So the Ghost Stops is very straightforward. It's basically 2 cameras, maybe sometimes even just the 1 camera, and just very hands-on, very to the point, matter of fact form of video. So we're going to continue with those. That's James that does all of that. I just want to mention that again. James basically does all the editing, all the planning, everything for Ghost Stops. I just turn up and yeah, but that's all his work. He's complete credit to him for Ghost Stops. As far as the documentaries go, and we've basically done 2 different types of documentaries. We've got the ones that I've done in the studio with like a grey kind of backdrop behind me, and I've obviously done the ones where I go out in the field, I go out on site and film a documentary. We've done, like, for example, the Black Shuck documentary we did, Gypsy Boy Grave, Daddy Witch, RF, Little Walden, Phantom Airman. Done a bunch of them, which will continue. I'll come back to that in a minute. But the studio videos, I've written the scripts for about another 6 of those, but I've decided I'm not going to continue with making them, simply for the fact I don't get a huge amount of enjoyment out of it. I mean, some of those videos we've done are some of the most viewed videos on our channel, and they go down really well, and to be honest, they're pretty easy to make, and I do enjoy doing the research for them, don't get me wrong, but in terms of the creative aspects and in terms of filming it and editing it, I don't really get any enjoyment from it, and I put a lot of time and a lot of effort into my work and this YouTube channel, and I feel if I'm not enjoying it or not getting something out of it, taking something away personally, then there's no point to continue it. So I'll film the about the remaining 5 or 6 I've got where I've written scripts for. I'll film those and I'll put those out, but I won't be continuing with that. As for the going out and filming documentaries, that is something I absolutely love doing. Got a whole load of other ones I've written scripts for. We're going to be looking at the Witchfinder General, Matthew Hopkins. Got a documentary on him and some of the ghosts surrounding his well, acts of murder, essentially. Got another one looking at the ghosts and some supernatural legends and tales around Wickham Fen in Cambridgeshire. We're also going to be doing one on Potsford Gibbet, which is a place we investigated for ghost stops last year. But I thought it would be interesting to do a very in-depth look at the legends and the history and hauntings behind the actual site itself. So we'll be doing a documentary there as well. And there's loads more I've got planned. Some of them are part scripted, some of them I've not worked on at all yet. But yeah, hopefully once we can get out again, I'm going to focus on that a lot. Now the other thing I'm hoping and planning to do a bit more of is vlogging. Now I just want to put it out there, this will be still maintaining the theme of ghosts, hauntings, history, paranormal, what have you. It's not going to be me just, you know, going around with a camera videoing my everyday life. So I just wanted to just say that, because I know when people say vlogging, sometimes it does conjure up that image, but it will still be, you know, focused on the paranormal. I mean, I go out, not so much now, obviously, in fact not at all now, because we're not allowed, just before anyone thinks of reporting me, but I mean, I used to, back in the good old days when we could do things, used to go out all sorts of places, ruins, places that, you know, I'd have a little nose around anywhere that's got a legend of a haunting or anything like that. So I'm always out and about doing stuff, and I thought, why not bring a camera along with me and show you guys. And not just that, I think it'd be interesting to have a slightly different perspective into things like this. Obviously when I'm filming the documentaries or we're filming episodes, it's not always scripted, but for the historical part and obviously stuff like that, it is kept to a sort of, I'm playing a presenter essentially, if that makes sense. Whereas if I'm just walking around with a camera, it's obviously gives a much more personal feel to it. I think it'd just be a different way that I could express myself and communicate with you guys. So I'm going to give that a go. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, hopefully I'll enjoy it, but that will just be an experimental little thing to get going with, and hopefully soon be able to get on and do some vlog type videos as well. And finally, and I can't stress this enough because it does mean a lot, is thank you so much to everybody that has subscribed to us on YouTube, liked us on Facebook, followed us on Instagram. Thank you so much for the support, and especially everybody that comments on our videos and everything like that. There is a select few who comment literally on every video and every post we make. I won't name you because I don't know if you want to be named on a video, but you know who you are. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. It's great to have sort of built up a small little community of people that are like-minded. I wish I could sort of throw a tea party and invite you all, but I think even in the best of times the logistics of that would be quite difficult. But Yeah, no, honestly, thank you so much for all your support. So I think that's all I've really got to say for this video. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you when I see you, I guess.